You are welcome once again to class. Today let's discuss lesson 3 of grade 2 module 4 common call series. Okay. In lesson 2 we looked at adding within multiples of 10 and subtracting. Actually, we were adding and subtracting between 1 and 10. Alright, today we're just going to take it a step further by adding and subtracting multiples of 10 and some ones within 100. Well, if you understood the last lesson, this lesson is going to be the simplest lesson you've ever seen. All you need is your writing material, your learning partner, and concentration. I want you to stay totally focused on everything we're going to do in this lesson, because I'm going to be showing you a simple way to subtract within tens and ones of numbers within 100. Yeah, that's a secret in this lesson. So, do you have your material ready? And you have your learning partner? Alright, let's get started. I'm starting with a fluency practice here. So let's practice adding and subtracting multiples of 10. Are you ready? You want to learn practicing multiples of 10, adding and subtracting multiples of 10. All right, now look at this question. It says 2 tenths less than 6 tenths. And you also need a subtraction number sentence. 2 tenths less than 6 tenths. Okay, now this is what it looks like. I'm saying 2 tenths less than 6 tenths means 60 minus 40. Minus 20, I'm sorry. 60 minus 20. And that is the same as saying 6 minus 2. Do you know that? Okay, so I want you to always look at the numbers from a smaller perspective. That way, it will be easier for you to work within the questions. Okay, so 60 minus 20 is the same as saying 6 minus 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, and 60 minus 20, which is 6 tenths, minus 2 tenths. And every time I say tenths, I know that it means I should bring in one zero. Okay, so 60 minus 20 is 40, which is 4 tenths. 6 tenths minus 2 tenths is 4 tenths. Okay, having said that, let's see if you really understand by checking on the second question. Here I have 2 tenths less than 6 tenths, 8 ones. The first question was 2 tenths less than 6 tenths. And now, 6 tenths, 2 tenths less than 6 tenths, 8 ones. There are ones in this question. Okay, so what subtraction number sentence are we going to have? All right, here's what I do. This is how I did it. Now, 2 tenths less than 6 tenths, 8 ones. The simplest way to do this is to subtract 2 tenths from 6 tenths. Then bring in the ones. So I'm only going to subtract from the tenths. And whatever answer I got, I just have to bring in the ones. Okay, now 6 tenths minus 2 tenths is 4 tenths. And the last part of my instruction says bring in the ones. So I'll say 4 tenths plus 8 ones, which is 48. So 2 tenths less than 6 tenths 8 ones is 48, which in other words is 4 tenths 8 ones. The ones didn't change. But in the next question, I'm going to touch the tenths and the ones. All right, but before that, let's see our fluency practice. Are you with your sprint? Okay. Now we are going to add and subtract tenths and ones sprint. Okay. All right, this is very easy. 3 plus 1, 30 plus 10. 31 plus 10, 31 plus 1. Okay, now this sprint activity is going to help you develop seriously how to quickly add within your tens and your ones. Okay, when you look at it, you'll notice that the numbers are the same. There's not much difference between tens and ones, only the presence of zeros. Alright? Alright, so run through the sprint activity and run through the second page of the sprint activity, which has to do with some addition and some subtraction. From number 1 to 15 is addition, 15 to 22 is subtraction. Okay. We have some subtraction problems in between also. So take notes. Work with speed, but don't rush yourself beyond your limit. All you need is to get the right answers as fast as you can. Mental math is allowed. Okay, that said, here is my application problem for today. Terrell puts 19 stamps in his book on Monday. On Tuesday, he put in 32 stamps. Yeah, you can see Terrell there putting stamps in his book. Alright, so how many stamps did Terrell put in his book on Monday and Tuesday? That's problem 1. Problem 2. If Terrell's book holds 90 stamps, how many more stamps does he need to fill his book? Okay, and so we take one step at a time. One step at a time. So the first thing is, let's find out how many stamps he put in his book on Monday and Tuesday. And that should be an addition problem. Okay, so Terrell puts 19 stamps in his book on Monday. On Tuesday, he put in 32 stamps. I'm actually saying 32 stamps plus 19 stamps. Okay, so 3 tens plus 1 10 is 4 tens. 2 ones plus 9 ones is 11 ones, which is 110 1. So I bring in the tens and add to my 4 tens, and that gives me 5 tens 1. So in other words, I'm saying 32 plus 19 is 51. Okay, problem 1 solved. So problem 2 says, if Terrell's book holds 90 stamps, how many more stamps does he need to fill his book? This is not an addition problem. It is a subtraction problem. So we have to take out what he has from what he needs. He needs 90 stamps, but he presently has just 32 stamps. So we will say 90 stamps minus 32 stamps, and that's 58 stamps. Okay, not much saying in this video, so I'm just gonna walk you up a little. Can you show me the answer to this? 48 minus 20. Clue. Add up the tens, bring in the ones. Add up the tens, bring in the ones. Tell your partner, add up the tens, bring in the ones. Come on, tell your partner again. Add up the tens, bring in the ones. Okay, now let's see what that means. I'm saying 4 tens plus 2 tens is 6 tens. I've added up my tens. So, bring in the ones. I only have 8 ones. So 6 tens plus 8 ones is 68. That means 48 plus 20 is 68. Okay, show me. 48 plus 21. 48 plus 21. Alright, remember, add up the tens, and both sides have ones, so bring in the ones by adding the ones together. Have you done that? Share with your partner quickly. Look at your partners, look at yours. Are there any errors? Alright, now this is what it should look like. 4 tens plus 2 tens is 6 tens. I've added up the tens. Now I want to bring in the ones, but I have ones on both sides, so I will add it up also. 8 ones plus 1 ones is 9 ones. So that means 48 plus 21 is 6 tens, 9 ones, which is 69. Very easy. No brain racking because we are still solving it like it's just once. Okay, now lastly, I want you to solve and share your strategy with your partner. Okay? Solve and share your strategy with your partner. 36 plus 50, 36 plus 51, 36 plus 49. Are you there? I also want you and your partner to take care of this subtraction problem. Solve and share your strategy with your partner also. 63 minus 40, 63 minus 41, 63 minus 39. If you're done with that, then start up with the problem set of lesson 3. Solve using the arrow way. Solve each of those problems using the arrow way. Okay? We have enough space in the book. Please just solve and solve correctly. It's very easy. It is very easy. All right. Okay, moving on. Look at the next question. I want you to look at question number 2. We are to solve using arrow way, number bonds, or mental math. Use scrap paper if needed. Okay, so you can use your writing materials to make some extra calculations if you need to. All right. Add up the tens, bring in the ones. Add up the tens, add up the ones, bring them together, get an answer. Add up the tens, add up the ones, get your answer, bring them together. All right, now if you've done that, come on, look at question number 3. Okay, you see this? 8 tenths minus 2 tenths is 6 tenths. 4 ones minus 1 equals to 3, so that is 16/3. I'm talking about the second question of question C. Okay, moving on. Question 3. Jesse's mom buys snacks for his classroom. She buys 22 apples, 19 oranges, and 49 strawberries. How many pieces of fruit does Jesse's mom buy? Add up all of the numbers. Okay? All of the apples she bought, add them together. What I mean is you say 22 plus 19. You get that answer? Then you add 49 strawberries. Okay, that is the end of this lesson. And I want us to quickly go over it with a debrief, okay? Now for problem 1a, how does knowing 38 plus 20 help you solve the other problems in that set? Alright, for problem 1c, how does knowing 34 minus 10 help you to solve the other problems in that set? How did using the arrow way help you solve problem 1d? What careful observations can you make about the numbers you subtracted? What were your simplifying strategies for solving problem 2d? How were they the same or different? Finally, how does mentally adding and subtracting tens help us with numbers that are close to tens, like 19 and 41? How does mentally adding and subtracting tens help us with numbers that are close to tens? Okay, I'll be waiting for my answer like I always do. Please don't keep me waiting. I'll be expecting you to give me feedback on the questions that are more challenging to you and the ones that were just piece of cake to you. Until I come your way again, it's Mr. T saying, remain matastic and have a wonderful day.